What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I am a certified personal trainer, an F45 coach, and just a lover of all things health and fitness. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you guys through my hamstring and glute workout that I did at home today. Just finished it up about an hour ago. I clearly showered, I had my post-workout shake, but I just thought it'd be fun and also helpful to walk you guys through that workout, kind of talk about some form tips and some cueing that I think about whenever I'm doing these exercises, because it might be super helpful to a lot of you. I did do this workout at home. It can also be done at a gym. I have a ton of equipment here, so this could easily be done at a gym, and it can also be made harder if you are doing it at a gym, which I will talk about. This also is done in a superset format. That's how all of my home workouts pretty much are, except for my full body circuits that I do on Saturdays. So if you've been following me for a while now, then you know that I follow a 5-day split. Today's workout was hamstrings and glutes, and like I said, it is in that superset format. So 2 exercises back to back, working those opposing muscle groups. But without further ado, let's get right on into it. We recently got an exercise bike to add to our home gym, so lately I have been doing about a 5-minute warm-up on that bike to just get my legs moving and warm. After that 5-minute bike warm-up, I got right into 3 rounds of my glute activation, so I do use a booty band for this. I started with 15 squats. You want to think about sitting those hips back, keeping weight in your heels. Using the booty band helps me feel all these exercises more in my glutes rather than my quads, since I'm already so quad dominant. Next, I did 15 each leg squat side steps. So you want to try and stay pretty low, resist that band as you step out to the right, then back to the left, and so on. 15 reps each leg, staying low. Your glutes will be burning. After that, I did 15 banded good morning. So you want to keep those arms behind your head, elbows pulled back, nice flat neutral spine, and then it's kind of like an RDL. You keep that back nice and flat, core engaged, and you hinge over at your hips, sending those glutes back. You'll notice that there's a quick clip of me doing a bike sprint between each superset. That's because I'm someone who likes to keep my heart rate elevated through the entire workout. I really like to burn out those muscle groups that I'm working on. So between each superset, I add a 1-minute bike sprint. I tend to do this on a lot of my lower body days, especially on my quad and glute days, but I had a lot of energy and I was feeling like doing it today too. So I did add a 1-minute bike sprint between each of the supersets. Not between every single round of a superset, but before heading to that next superset. Moving on to the next superset, the first exercise was a sandbag pause back squat. So if you're in a gym, I highly recommend doing this with a barbell instead. I definitely would up the weight, use a barbell, and maybe do a little bit less reps. So I did 8 pause back squats, just adding that little bit of time under tension when you pause at the bottom. Once again, sitting hips back, weight in your heels. Paired with these, I dropped the weight and did 5 body weight jump squats, adding a little bit of power with that strength movement. I personally love this, and it helps keep my heart rate elevated. Moving on to the next superset, I started with 8 each leg dumbbell Bulgarian split squats. If you notice in these videos, I have a slight forward lean. I am hinged over a little bit at those hips. This is the technique you want to use on these if you are trying to target those glutes. Also, really think about pressing through your heels. Paired with these, I did dumbbell RDL, so I just used the same weight. They were the heaviest weights I had. And in this movement, flat back, keep that core engaged. You want to think about hinging at those hips, lowering that weight to about mid-shin, and then coming back up to a stand, not overarching at the top. Also think about keeping that weight pretty close to your legs as you lower down. For the final tricep today, I used my heaviest kettlebell for all 3 exercises. The first one was 10 kettlebell hip thrusts. So shoulder blades are up on that bench, feet are flat on the ground underneath you. As you bridge those hips up, you want to make sure you are pushing through your heels each and every rep. keeping that neutral spine and chin tucked. Second exercise were kettlebell staggered RDLs. So same hip hinge, flat back, and engaged core as our normal RDLs, just majority of that weight is on one leg. I did 8 each leg. You want to make sure there's a slight bend in both knees throughout all your reps. Final exercise in this tricep were just plain old kettlebell swings. So you want to make sure that you are thinking of this as a hip hinge, not as a squat, using those glutes to help propel that movement and thrust that weight forward on these. And last but not least, finish up with my final bike sprint. And then I turned that resistance down and just did 5 chill minutes on the bike to kind of shake out my legs and cool down a bit. So clearly you guys saw the reps that I did on screen. I stayed between that 8 to 10 range, which is basically what I like to stay within no matter what. However, this workout could have been made a little bit harder for me if I were in a gym setting. So as I mentioned, I used dumbbells, kettlebell, and my sandbag. If I were in a gym, I wouldn't have done sandbag pause back squats. I would have done barbell pause back squats and added a little bit more weight to it, rather than just a 60-pound sandbag. I could have gone heavier on the Bulgarian split squats along with the staggered RDLs and my plain old dumbbell RDLs. And obviously for the hip thrusts, I would have done those with a barbell rather than just a 40-pound kettlebell. But nonetheless, this was still an incredible workout. My legs were still burning, my hamstrings and glutes were feeling it. But those are just some ways I could have made this harder if I were in a gym setting. And I know many of you do work out in the gym, and I know many of you do my workouts, which I absolutely love. So those are just a few ways you can make it more gym friendly by doing a lot of those exercises with barbells. Obviously you have way more access to tons of different weights. So feel free to push yourself a little bit with the weight and maybe lower those reps, maybe in the 6 to 8 range rather than the 8 to 10. If you're someone who likes lightweight, high reps, then you can even do that. But I think that about wraps up this video. If you have any questions about this workout, feel free to comment it down below. This was a super realistic workout. This is exactly what I wrote up for myself today and exactly what I did. You guys know I follow a 5-day split, so if you want me to talk through any of my other workouts, I would absolutely love to do that. Monday is chest and tricep, Tuesday is hamstrings and glutes, Wednesday is shoulders and core, Thursday is quads and glutes, and then Friday is back and biceps. And I think I mentioned it before, but Saturdays are typically my full body circuit, more like cardio based days. But if there's any other day you want me to talk through and cue you guys through and give you kind of like form tips on, I would absolutely love to do that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe because it really helps me out. I will see you all next time. Bye.